Welcome, everyone, to the 2026 Sasquatch Theory Campout Expedition in the Ozarks. On this research trip, we will be diving into the infamous Killing Fields property deep in the Ozarks, located near the current river area. The weather will be extremely hot and humid, and the vegetation is extremely thick right now, and the bugs will be absolutely brutal. Although the property is beautiful during the daytime, at nighttime the feeling shifts and you can feel that you're being watched and you're not alone. On this trip, we will be searching for cryptid creatures in hopes of documenting the activity. We will be looking for tree structures, rock formations, tracks on the trails, on exposed dirt, and my main goal is to make sure that everyone experiences some sort of activity and that we make it out safely. I certainly made that happen, and I feel like everybody left this trip with more questions than answers, and I am still racking my brain over what happened on the expedition and trying to figure out what was in the woods lurking around our campsite. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I appreciate everyone's support. On this video, we are back out at the Killing Fields, and we are doing the 2026 Sasquatch Theory Campout Expedition. We had a few strange things happen during our time here, but we haven't been here very long, and it was raining, so I kind of wrote it off as to possibly the rain causing the strange activity. I did hear a strange thump, something crashed in the forest. Like I said, it was raining. The logs will swell up when there's heavy rain, and it causes them to essentially weigh a lot and crash down to the ground. But yeah, we brought all our gear on this trip. I have David's camper. He's letting me use his camper. Big shout out to him. Yeah, he loves it. And David had a sighting the other day, and it was definitely a phenomenal one. I'm gonna let him tell you guys in his own words, but I was blown away, and things are adding up, and not slowly adding up. Things are compiling very quickly. From strange vocalizations down in the Killing Fields, trees being pushed over, wood knocks, and all kinds of things on the audio recorders that we can't identify. What David encountered was truly frightening, and he's been having experiences around his house, but he did see one, and I was blown away when he told me. Tonight we will be doing an investigation, and hopefully we can document something. I don't have the audio recorder set up because it rained, and right now the trees are making all kinds of noise with the water droplets, but hopefully, if we do hear something, I'll record it with my camera. We have our thermal drones, Adam's all set up, and we're ready to go. So let's do it.
So we have returned to the Killing Fields, but not without a reason. Today and tonight, we will be entering the notorious Killing Fields. Things have been wrapping up around here, and we're going to get to the bottom of it. Stick around for tonight's Hellbent.
Earlier we heard a strange thump. I don't know if it was behind the cabin. What are your thoughts about that?
I thought it came from inside the cabin, but
okay,
I could be wrong.
Yeah, and when David was up here earlier, we did hear something fall in the woods, but it was raining. It did sound strange though. It sounded like a thump, a thud. It was strange. I did hear movement earlier. I didn't say anything to you to see if you'd pick up on it. You gave me that look though, so I was like, maybe you did hear it. But I do have apples, I have peanut butter, and all kinds of candy. These things don't have a dentist out there in the forest, but I'm gonna put it out there anyways. I got Rice Krispie treats, Twix, Snickers, Skittles, all kinds of stuff. Adam has a pineapple. What's the story on the pineapple?
I've heard from other researchers that they've used those as gifting,
Mm.
and it works really well. Like, they'll go back and the pineapple will be gone. I have put one pineapple out at the neighbors when they was having all their activity when you interviewed them, and it didn't survive the night. And we put them up in the tree, like we cut the pineapple in half, put them up there because they went bad in the cooler, and we put them up there and something got them.
Really?
So I don't know.
Do you think they eat it like an apple? Just...
I like eating pineapple. They probably eat it like an apple.
Maybe.
They didn't even leave the husk. They didn't leave nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, I'd have said, it's a squirrel, raccoon, possum, something. But no, the husk was gone too.
So I say we use the pulsar thermals tonight, our helmets, and just kind of walk around here and see what happens. If David really did encounter a Sasquatch, which I believe he did, it's going to be lurking around the area. And I feel like that's possibly what's been coming up into camp. And yeah, what David described was truly frightening, and it happened during the daylight hours. That's scary. It could come into camp tonight. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm at that.
Yeah, you can come in the camper, but we have the cabin over there. It's available to you.
Hear somebody banging on doors, just don't ask questions. Just let me in.
What if it's Sasquatch banging? I'm not gonna let him in. You gotta say the code word first.
Code brown.
Code brown. Okay. No, you can't come in.
We continue to experience strange activity around the campsite.
What's your theory about the Sasquatch that whooped at Shelby's property when we camped there years ago? Why do you think they waited until we all were laying down, some of us were asleep? Why do you think they waited so long to whoop? And why do you think they did it?
As we was talking earlier off camera, they could have been doing that because we were laying down to go to bed. But ever since that night, they have not done that loud, that close. It was like when you were there.
Mm-hmm.
And thank God something happened while you were there. Everybody heard it. We had a decent expedition. What do we have?
12 people.
Eight people outside for sure. Mm-hmm. So everybody heard it, and they have not done that since.
Yeah. I whooped back at them, and I kind of regret doing that because Luke had his audio recorder out there. He picked it up, but you have to discern or distinguish which ones are my whoops and which ones were actually a Sasquatch. All right, off we go down the trail to the killing field. You ready?
Yep.
All right.
So,
what's the plan?
Don't die.
Okay, good plan. Let's do it. We'll go straight down the mountain, all the way down the trail, and to the edge of the killing field, and we'll observe the killing fields with the thermal optics. But do remember, when we get about maybe 20 yards onto that mountain, we start having electronic failures. When we get halfway down the mountain, that's when we've captured those eyes just watching us from the wood line. So pay attention to them, and if we see them, we'll try to light them up with the electronics and see if we can possibly record it again. There's so many bugs that if something snuck up on us, we wouldn't be able to hear it, and it's so thick right now we wouldn't be able to see it either. So, and the audio quality probably sounds horrible. Looked like a snake, didn't it?
It does. Rattle-headed copper moccasin.
Mm-hmm. I wonder if there's like a hybrid copperhead timber rattler. People say it's not possible, probably. You never know.
Do you see it on yours?
Do I see it? Not really.
It's low.
Yeah, it's not visible on the camera. Look how deep that is, though.
Yeah, you can't see it at all on night vision.
Okay, so I say we pull back because we're finding tracks. Like I said, I was like, what if we find tracks when we're walking over them? Sure enough, we find a track. Alright, we found a track, but Adam's going to put a little corral around it so we don't walk over it. But I'm kind of worried about further traveling down this trail in case we mess up the tracks. But I told you I cleaned off this trail. What are the chances? I mean, I guess it's a pretty high chance, but something, put a tree across the trail. A lot of skeptics always comment, you found one track. That means there's what, a one-legged Bigfoot out there? Ha ha ha. But we're going down a trail. I mean, you have to use common sense here, people. There's no tracks that are left by deer or anything in the leaves in the woods, and when they come across the trail, they leave a track. It's like you walking in the grass and then you step in the mud. There's one track. I mean, it at this point it's common sense. I shouldn't have to explain this to babies.
I know, man. It's like, I don't like wasting the energy on talking to people that's stupid.
I know. I can't believe I just explained that.
There's a one-legged Bigfoot out there.
Yes.
Wow.
Let's go back. Let's get out of here. Let's not disturb the ground. It rained, and I even said that earlier at the campground. I was like, tomorrow when Seth and Holly, the subscribers, the guests come here, let's look for tracks.
Be a good time. Ground's wet.
Mm-hmm.
That one looks a few days old, but
Yeah, and if we walk all over the place at nighttime, we're gonna mess things up. Alright. Which is weird. Why do we keep finding tracks at night? I found those tracks where they pushed over the tree at night. I find more tracks in the dark than in the day. Alright, it's about 2 in the morning. Adam and I stayed up pretty late listening for sounds, and we didn't hear too much. There's a few strange noises, but there's this owl. We always hear him way off in the conservation area. And he was a good distance away, and every time he got closer and closer and closer until he was eventually here. It sounds a little strange. I mean, it definitely sounds like an owl, but the first part of it just sounds a little fake. I don't know. But yeah, we're tired. Wish I would have set up some cameras out in the fields. But everything was wet. Everything's too wet. And supposedly it's supposed to rain tomorrow. And the subscribers, they're coming out tomorrow. Kind of bummed out about that. But yeah, I was tired. I'm tired. We're gonna go in the camper and get some sleep. But hopefully something big happens. We're gonna go down the trail and see if that was actually a track, and kind of look around and see if we can find more tracks. We definitely have a lot of casting material, and if we find something good, we're gonna cast it, and we're gonna make sure we do a good job at it.
The night unfolds without any activity.
Alright, it's the next morning. We survived without incident. Nothing happened that I'm aware of, but I did have my fan on. Also, like I said in my last video, when the weather's kind of bad, a little iffy, I don't experience very much activity. And that's pretty much how it was yesterday. It rained, everything was wet, and then later on the night after we went to bed, we couldn't see the stars anymore and it got really cloudy. So I think the Sasquatch like nice days. Today's a nice day. We'll see what happens. And yeah, the subscribers should be here soon. I'm heating up some coffee, trying to wake up. Woke up super late. It happens. Adam's still asleep. Alright, it's the next morning. I'm down here on the trail, and there's that arch. I don't know if that's a Bigfoot arch, but I did clear this trail last time, and this tree was across the trail again. I mean, it is a rotten tree, but still, I cleaned off this trail and made sure everything was out of the way. But last night we found what looked like a track, so let's see. Oh man, you can't really see it, but it is there. That's weird. It's just not showing up on the camera. We might have to cast it so we can just get a better look of it. It's not perfect. As you guys can see, the ground is so rocky, Yeah, they would not leave a track in the leaves. And if they were coming through here, hopped across this trail, and then back into the woods, that's all you would find is one track. But it is there. There is an impression. Too bad it's difficult to see on the camera. We got Seth and Holly here. Welcome to the Killing Fields.
What's going on?
Say hi to the camera.
How's it going, guys?
Welcome to the 2026 Sasquatch Theory Expedition Campout. On this trip, I am bringing out 2 subscribers, and you have been invited to the Killing Fields to experience some of the strange activity that's been happening on the property. First and foremost, I want to make sure that everyone has a great time, and that is the main goal with this camping trip. Also, I want to ensure everyone's safety, and we want to make sure that we're watching each other's backs. There are many dangers in the Ozarks, and we will go through them right now.
We want to watch out for the eastern copperhead. They are all over the place. This area does have timber rattlers. They are very dangerous, and it could possibly be lethal if you get bit by one. Feral hogs are in the area. They are dangerous, especially if cornered. The American black bear has been on the rise here in Missouri, so watch out. Mountain lions, they can easily sneak up on you, and you would never know they were there until it's too late. Wolves, they are in the conservation area, but they are endangered and they are super rare. Poison ivy, you don't want to get it. It's very annoying. Ticks, they are super dangerous. You don't want to get alpha-gal or Lyme disease, and many people are being admitted to the hospital because of it. Mosquitoes, same thing. Spiders, very dangerous, and again, they are all over the place. Bigfoot, they do exist here in Missouri. This is the North American Bigfoot, and they will be around the campground, so keep your eyes and ears peeled, and hopefully we don't run into a dogman creature. These things are terrifying, they're spooky, and we don't want to see one, but if we can document it, let's do it. Tree structures, they are all over the place. Be sure to keep an eye out for arches, X's, teepees, and different geometrical patterns, sticks poked into the ground, trees blocking the road, and when we travel through the conservation area, you might see them. Listen for vocalizations, wood knocks, strange thumps in the woods, smells, orbs, and anything that you just cannot identify.
Okay, so what do we got here? What is this?
These are some gourmet crackers. Got some sausage, spicy dill pickles, and some habanero cheese.
All right, I'm gonna trust your judgment. I'm gonna try one out. All right, we're taking our guests down into the Killing Fields to show them around. We're going to look for tracks, see if we can find anything, and the main goal is to experience some Bigfoot activity, obviously other than having fun and being safe. That thing keeps getting me. That little thing.
Got me too.
Wow, that sounds dinosaur-like. But anyways, yeah, let's go down there, see if we can find anything, and we'll be looking for the Squatch. So as we walk through here, we'll just keep our eyes out for any tracks. Most of the ground is really rocky, but once we get down on this ridge, there'll be some fresh dirt. So we might find something.
Awesome.
But we'll try to do some work before the storms roll in.
Impression right here, sort of look like a toe. And it looks, this is one of those I feel like it'd be so hard to see on
I definitely see something though. Right through there. It could be.
Interesting.
We'll show you the one down here and see what you think. Didn't notice that last time. Oh, woodpeckers. Okay. I was like, I wonder if they're wood knocking. I don't know what that is though.
Definitely looks like a heel.
Yeah. All right, Adam found this track last night. We noticed this stick in the middle of the trail because the last time I came down here, I moved every single stick. I mean, even tiny sticks like this. I cleaned up this entire trail all the way down. I come back, I'm like, what the hell? I just cleaned this. Adam's like, there's an arch. And then we take a few more steps and we find this, what seems to be an impression. Yeah, it's not really showing up on camera.
Oh, yeah.
The only thing I could think of is a fox came through here and, you know, like dug the ground. But It's the length of a human foot. I don't see toes or anything really.
It's got like that curve to it.
Mm-hmm.
Here.
Yeah. I don't know. We put these sticks around it so we didn't step on it, but yeah, it definitely looks like something. Check it out on my camera. Doesn't look like anything.
It just looks like dirt.
Yeah, it looks like dirt. It's weird though.
It's about a half inch, 3/4 inch deep.
I mean,
Yeah, it's pretty deep.
we could cast it, but I think all we'd have is a shape.
Yeah.
I mean, it's almost the size of my foot, but I didn't step here.
And it's going that
Going
way.
that way too.
Yeah, yeah, it's
You
like
know, so
across the road. Mm-hmm. Into that thicket. This is where we see all the orbs too. Adam told you guys that?
he just
Yeah.
told me, yeah.
Uh-huh.
He does down this way in between.
I mean, it's close to that track, close to that possible arch. Yeah. Wonder if that rock would move. We keep hearing noises behind the camper. We're all sitting underneath the awning, just chilling, getting to know each other. But what did we hear? It sounded like a metal bang.
Yeah, metallic ting.
Yeah, metallic ting, and then yeah, forceful. We heard movement. I thought I saw something black go underneath his truck.
And he had just said he thought he heard movement right before that.
Yeah, and then it sounded like a rock got thrown, and then it hit a rock on the ground. I don't know really. I mean, it could be random, but make a note of it.
Feet shuffling behind them for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What does it sound like?
It's almost like
It's
something's
like rustling.
tiptoeing, rustling.
Hmm.
But it's like every 10 or 15 seconds it seems like something's shuffling a little bit at a time.
Yeah. All right, we heard it again. It sounded like something. You guys said it slapped the back of my camper. I thought it was a little further, like 10 yards behind the camper. That was weird. What did it sound like to you guys?
Like that sounded like I would have interpreted it as like something hitting like the camper plastic.
Yeah, it was
Like,
That's what it.
something like that.
yeah.
But like a hairy hand hit it, like a muffled hand.
That's what I heard.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was weird.
The leftovers from yesterday back there in the stove.
Yeah, you did something back there, and then you came back, and then I heard a noise. I was like, "What did you do?"
Yeah, I put out the chicken nachos with the quesadilla or whatever.
Oh, okay,
cheese.
you put that out
queso
there.
cheese.
All right. I'd say right now is a good time to gift. It's still sprinkling, but it's not bad. Yowie? No. I feel like they know we're isolated and quarantined here because of the rain, and they're making their move. Like I said, it masks the footsteps, any noise they make, and it's harder to hear.
Yeah.
They like to screw with people and play psychological warfare on your mind.
I believe that.
They want to make you feel crazy. They're tricksters. They're kind of bullies, and they have fun doing it. I don't know. They get some sort of kick screwing with people and scaring people. They're like, that's funny.
That's the sense I got.
That's like
with
the
that,
human nature almost to them though, that they have that like
with that animated whoop that we heard. That's kind of the sense, like a maniacal air to it. Is the vibe that I got. I feel like.
basically
when it
I'm
happened.
here, I'm bigger than you.
Oh my God, there's something big moving around our camper. We've heard it multiple times. It sounded like a huge animal moving. So what did it sound like to you, Seth?
It just sounded like weighted stepping.
Yeah.
And then
Something big walking.
And then I heard like
We heard it like
heavy
4
tree
times.
snap.
Yeah.
crunch a pretty big branch, it seemed like. And it was just steady. Multiple times, too.
I heard four distinct.
times. Yeah.
4 distinct and like a tree snap.
Yeah, right behind the cabin. It's a good sign. When I said it's working, what I meant by that is I've been leaving apples and food every time. I haven't put it out, so they're like, where's it at? Where's it at? Come on. Like, oh no, he didn't put out food this time. Maybe he thinks we're not here.
Seems like it's
Just
going
let
to
'em
be
know.
interesting night.
Yeah, I think so too. I was a little worried we wouldn't experience anything, but it's the first day.
First day, here we go.
First few hours.
Yeah. It's cool to see other people experience the activity. Just because a lot of times it's just us saying, oh, I heard Woodnock, heard this. It's like, how are 2 people experiencing everything? It's like Bigfoot everywhere they go, but it's true.
Yeah, there's definitely.
Plus, we only record when things happen, so it's like cut after cut.
Yeah.
And it seems like we're experiencing things back to back, but that's not the
I think
case.
just being like aware and like listening.
Mm-hmm. Also, be sure to pay attention to him because he'll be like looking in the direction before things happen or when they're happening. Just a little bit more validation, like, oh, he hears it too, but he's fixed on something, isn't he?
Yeah.
It's like he's... There he goes.
He knows. What are you hearing?
Just the same thing, just steps.
Steps? Okay. We're not even in the woods. I mean, we're in the woods, but we're just hanging around camp.
Yep.
I tell people all the time, we get more experience just sitting around camp than hiking all over the place, searching for these things.
I wonder if it's just like they know that, like, maybe it's like safer feeling for them, maybe.
Yeah, I see more big bucks just sitting in a stand than like walking around. Like the more scent you lay down, the more sound you create. It's like you push them back. They pick up on, you know, human presence and they vacate the area. I think it's the same thing with these things. Like, oh no, they're looking for us. Did you hear that? Oh, did you hear that, Adam? Okay. You didn't hear it.
That was close. Sounded.
Yeah. It's kind of making me feel a little crazy and paranoid. Like, am I just hearing stuff?
No, I hear it.
Okay, I'm glad you guys are here.
Like I said, I don't know what it is, but I hear it.
Yeah. I came back here. I didn't see anything. Just what they want us to think. You can see that big tree that's laying over in the distance. That's the tree they pushed over.
Oh, you really can see it.
Yeah, when they pushed it over, we watched it crash down. But they were knocking like right over here. But it's the same vicinity like where we're hearing the noises today.
Seems
Same
like they
spot.
can tuck back in there because the trees are kind of spread out a little bit more here.
Yeah.
It's like they can see or observe camp better from this.
Yeah, it's a deep holler too. And during the daytime, this specific hill, it's like shaded the entire day. The sun never hits it. And if you go down that holler and up on the other hill, on the other side, it's super hot. Like the sun's hitting it really hard. So I think they're hanging out back here because it's just a cool area. But it also started happening when he put this tiny house up and he cut these trees. So I don't know if that like disrupted disrupted the habitat. I heard that happens to loggers. They start like cutting stuff, changing stuff, and then they start having activity.
That'd be some interesting people to talk to right there.
Oh yeah.
Old loggers.
Mhm.
It'd just be. I feel like it'd be harder for those guys to come out and admit.
Yeah, because they're out in the woods all the time.
Yeah.
And I heard the Sasquatch, they get very upset when people cut down trees. Like it's their home. Be like somebody coming to your house and bulldozing your shed.
Yeah.
And make you upset. Alright, so
We got something we can throw in there?
yeah, if you guys got anything.
Let's do it.
We got 5 apples, protein trail mix. Somebody in the live video said leave them trail mix. We have cranberry blend. And this time we're gonna try peanut butter. See if that works. Oh, and Adam, what do you got there?
Pineapple.
Pineapple? Okay.
Pineapple.
I think that'll work. Yeah, I'm blown away. We've been hearing all kinds of noises behind the camper. You heard it too, right? Okay. Yeah, that's weird. Same spot where they pushed over the tree and would knock them. One of my previous videos. I think they're telling me they're hungry. They want this because I always leave this out here on the very first day. I didn't put it out there on the first day because it's been raining. We've been struggling at getting everything set up and just settled in. What do you guys got?
See what this jalapeno cheddar baked crackers do.
I had lunches.
I'll go back there.
I got more.
Yeah, okay. Those are my favorite though. We'll put peanut butter, trail mix, and an apple here. We'll put more apples on the other stumps. But make sure you keep an eye out for tracks as you're walking through here, because they did walk through the area. Definitely on the trail. That's most likely where you'll find tracks. Somebody put one there. Oh, I left the battery on. Glad they didn't eat the battery.
I'd set the recorder there next to the apple. See if you hear anything. I didn't. Yeah, that's.
It's so cute with the pineapple.
I know. We got a Sasquatch throwing limbs at us. Oh man. Okay, cool. All right, now. Whoa. This is where you put the Mexican leftovers? Okay, cool. We got chicken feet. Basically, we make a perimeter around camp and leave a bunch of food. All right, so those apples that you have, Holly, we're gonna put those on the other side. And actually, that side over there is where the apples are going missing. So when we hear all the noise back here, I honestly feel like they're creating a diversion. Like they want you to look over there, and the ones behind you are making a move. I don't know, that's just kind of my thought. My thoughts about it, I don't know. All right, yeah,
Well,
that's
we've
perfect.
mentioned that we feel like they like surround us. That before.
Yeah.
Like it almost feels like you hear the bigger noises, but then it's like you're being surrounded.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, so this is the stump that I've been getting a lot of success at. So Holly, see this deep ravine?
Yes.
I feel like they're coming up out of there, out of the conservation area. So yeah, set one there. Perfect. All right, we got one more apple.
One more
All right, we'll put it up over here. Another bag of trail mix right here on this stump, next to the ravine, next to the other apple. And the other one's like kind of hidden in the woods. I feel like it's perfect, like if they're not really wanting to come out into the open. Oh, here comes David. Yeah, it's perfect. But yeah, every morning we wake up, we got something to look forward to. Just to let you know, like, was there something in our camp when we were sleeping?
Right.
Kind of got you excited hearing all that.
Oh, I'm pumped.
Yeah,
I'm pumped.
I thought it was cool too. Because I can't explain any of it. I can't say that was Bigfoot, but I don't know what would do that. Why would a whitetail be running up here?
It was
Because it sounded big.
too loud.
Yeah, it was too
Yeah.
loud. The first thing that got my attention was the very first thing that happened, that metal sound. We were like, oh, it must have hit like the Dish Network
was the weirdest.
satellite or something.
The
Yeah, that was
weirdest
weird.
thing so far.
Yeah, it was kind of
So
loud.
metal,
Yeah,
hard.
yeah. Yeah, he was just acting chill. He acts like it's no big deal. When they pushed over the tree, that's how he was acting like he is right now. Yeah, I mean he was looking in that direction, but he's just like, no big deal. I'm just a dog.
Friends coming.
Yeah. Oh, I know. Yeah, he's looking down there. You hear him when he starts it and goes through the field, and then he disappears for a long time. You can't hear it anymore.
Okay.
And then once he starts coming up this ridge, you'll start to hear him again. It's weird how sound travels through the fields. He smells it. He likes it. All right, so we're gonna put some bacon grease out like we did before, and I mentioned the past couple trips I haven't put out any bacon grease, but I haven't had as much activity. I have it now, and we're hearing all kinds of noises, so they can totally smell it. I haven't even put it out yet, but I feel like they already know. I don't know. Does it work? Maybe. Possibly. I just kind of smear it on the trees and create like a big scent line across the woods. Seth, Holly, if you would, tell me about your very first experience. What was the first thing that you experienced in the Missouri woods?
The first thing that stood out to me that I couldn't explain at the time, my dad and I, my stepbrother, and my brother Zach went to Jack's Fork River to do a 2-day canoe trip. And we paddled all day and found a good spot to stop at and camp out overnight. And got unpacked and set up, and normal evening, and went to bed that night, and I heard something walk up to the tent. Everyone else had fallen asleep, and I just hadn't got there yet. But heard something walk up to the tent and growl, and not like a dog growl, not like a growl that I'd ever heard before. Just a low, guttural, demonic sounding growl. And being 16 or 15 at the time, I woke up Dad. We just all shared a tent, and told him, Dad, there's something growling outside of the tent, and it doesn't sound normal. And he just, it's probably a coyote or something like that. And I knew at the, even at 15 at that time, that it wasn't something normal. I think that kind of opened my mind up to, there potentially being more to what we know, what's out there. And I think I think that kind of gave me an open-minded perspective at that point. And then just being outdoors more, kind of a stair-step thing, like, oh, we're experiencing this, oh, we're experiencing that every time we would go out camping, or anytime we were staying overnight. It felt like anywhere, mostly camping. We would hear the wood knocks. We would hear
Vocalizations.
So my second experience, now this wasn't too long ago, but I had the kids with me for that time frame, and I wanted to get them out of the house and get them out in nature, take them fishing. We decided to go camping, and there's a pretty good spot off the St. Francis River where it meets another waterway, and so we packed up and went out there and got set up, had a good time. Everything was pretty normal that I could tell, and it got dark, and the kids had fallen asleep, and I was still up in the tent because I kept hearing noises. It sounded like all around me, surrounding me, getting closer. And so I had a fireside buddy splitting hatchet in the tent with me at the time. So I pulled it in close to me, and I'd heard something cross the St. Francis River. It sounded big. And the water was flooded at that time frame too, and so it was real brown, muddy, just flowing fast, really, really high, and that stood out to me because I'm like, what in the world would be crossing the river, 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning at this time frame? And it just walked. So I heard it crossing the river, and then I could hear it crashing through the woods. And as it crashed through the woods very confidently, it never hesitated, paused, or broke stride at all. And it walked straight up to the tent, and we were camping on gravel. And so I could hear every step it took. But it walked right up to the tent, and I could hear it breathing. And with that teepee style tent, it's so tall, it sounded like it was breathing, 6+ feet up. Heavy lung breathing. And it circled our tent. And like like hot tents, they have those snow flaps on the outside. You're supposed to cover with snow, I guess, to kind of maintain the heat in there. I had pulled that flap inside and set our cooler on top of the flap there to kind of secure us better. I don't know if it was more just peace of mind or gave me some sense of security, but it walked around to the cooler and stopped and kept sniffing and breathing right there at that cooler. And I guess dad instinct mode kicked in, and I just smacked the tent because I didn't want problems either, but I felt like whatever this was getting too close to the kiddos. But I smacked the inside of the tent just above the cooler, expecting to hear gravel shuffling, and the same way I heard it approach, footsteps on the gravel, tearing through the woods like a buffalo, and there was nothing.
So you never heard this thing like crash into the woods or disappear, like walk off?
As soon as I smacked the tent, I was expecting to hear it jolt off, and I mean, there wasn't a single sound when I smacked the tent. There was nothing that had gotten startled like you would think a wild animal would be, jumpy, or they've got that survival instinct, and I feel like most, even predators, they have a rightful fear of humans, and there was nothing. And that I feel like rocked me more than anything, because I'm like, I'm listening to that thing smell and breathe over the cooler. I smacked the tent pretty good, and there was nothing, no sound, nothing walking away, nothing got startled. It was just like it disappeared. And I probably waited about 15 or 20 minutes and just listened, or it felt like 15 or 20 minutes, and gave it some time and walked outside, and there was nothing. I mean, nothing there at all. It's like it came in like a bull and left like a ninja, is the way I could describe it. But that would probably be my second experience that stuck out to me, that I couldn't fit it into a box, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And it made me question more and dig deeper, I guess, as far as research goes, and just trying to understand what's going on out there that people can't put a beat on. And
it's wild, because you'll listen to like other people's Bigfoot experiences, and they'll describe the same thing that you experienced.
I feel like that's what drove this too, was there were so many connections, and I would hear people talk and hear the sincerity and the like emotion that was still attached to whatever their experience was, and I'm like, man, these people are telling the truth. These people are experiencing that. Just a lot of people may be too afraid to speak up, like, nah, this was a little off, or this wasn't right. But it just become a thing that we did too as a family, and it hooked us. I mean, just hooked us to it.
All right, so what's the next experience? If you would walk me through it and kind of put me in your shoes.
So the next experience, I would say, was June or July last year.
Yeah.
The last minute thing. She was like, I'm off work, and we decided to go camping. Similar area and location, and took the TP tent out and scrambled to get all our gear together, and we got out there, and we were kind of racing time a little bit, and got out there and got set up, and had just gotten the fire started. And I would say it was twilight, sunset time frame, and we were just sitting around the fire talking. And from the campsite, there's a small trail that leads up to a cul-de-sac. And from up on the cul-de-sac, where my truck was parked, behind it, we heard, it started out like an owl. And it sounded like, it started like an owl, and it transformed into a loud, whoopy scream that drug on, and it sounded like it was right on top of us. It was so loud, and it just froze me at the time. I just kind of wanted to disappear at that moment, out of that situation. But it just started just a normal whoo, whoo, and then it, and I mean just rattled me.
Abnormally long.
And everything inside of me was just, this is off. Something's not right. This is off. But yeah, just froze me. And how long do you think it went on?
Like 5 to 8 seconds or so, or longer.
30. It was so long.
15 to 20 seconds.
It was so long.
It was a cartoonish, animated,
loud, high-pitched,
maniacal almost. It had a maniacal sound to it. Just woo, 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 and then it whoa at the very end.
What did you do after you heard that vocalization?
The first thing that I got out of my mouth was grab the keys, because I was thinking, let's lock the door of my truck up there, and then we were gonna go back to the tent, and I was gonna find my gun. And we made our way to the tent, and never heard anything else, never heard any footsteps, never seen anything. Mm-mm. But I had never heard, it sounded so personal, I feel like. I don't know if we just wasn't expecting someone to be there maybe, and came up on that cul-de-sac, probably making its way to the river, and seen my truck parked up there. And I feel like that was its response when it seen my truck or seen us down there. Was it let us know, it wasn't happy about us getting in the way or stopping it from doing whatever it was going to do. But I've never, trapping, predator trapping, coyotes and bobcats and stuff. I've never in my life heard a sound like that. But it rocked me, and definitely solidified the path that we were going down already, that there's more.
That would be my first experience of solid, okay, I'm in this.
Yeah. And how far away was it from the first experience where you were camping in the hot tent? Was it miles away?
It was probably a mile.
A mile?
I feel like it caught your scent. It remembered you and was like, it's this guy again.
Yeah. Same vehicle it would have been, same truck.
And within probably less than 6 months apart.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. So same time frame.
Spring to summer.
Yeah.
Spring with the kids, and then summer with me.
And I kind of went into it, with the experience with the kids, kind of halfway expecting the possibility of something happen, but I just never expected.
Yeah, he kind of prepped me, okay, we're gonna see if we hear anything, or.
And have you guys experienced anything else after you had these experiences? Your mind was open to the possibility of Sasquatch. You guys started going out there. What else did you find?
I mean, we definitely hear vocalizations, same area, because we like now kind of
You're tuned in.
keep going to just see. And then, gosh, I feel like it was fall, early winter. We were walking, it would have just been right down the same path from where we camped and heard the like big vocalization. I was just walking straight. He was further off to the left, closer to the river, and he had called my name, so I started to turn. And at that point, I saw a tall, skinny black figure quickly moving to the left. And he said my name again, but like I was trying to like rationalize like what, like did I just see that? Was it a shadow? But it was overcast that day, so like the sun wasn't coming down. It was again like dusk. We had just randomly decided to go out, see if we could see footprints or anything. I think it had recently rained.
Yeah, I think it rained the day before.
And I mean, I saw it quickly move past about 3 trees and then never saw it exit, never heard anything. And I was trying to rationalize it and finally like walked over to him and was like, you know, hey, I just saw a tall black figure. I'm like, but you know, it was skinny. It was too skinny to, I feel like, be, you know, a Bigfoot in my brain. Because I guess in my brain, I just have them being, like, bigger, bulkier. And this was very tall, athletic build that I saw. And it was just a quick flash, but I mean, I know I saw it. And I can't explain it as anything else.
Yeah.
I think when I had noticed her...
Oh, you said you had goosebumps.
After... Yeah, I had goosebumps randomly too, but I'd called her name and she didn't reply, and I knew something was off at that point in time because I'm thinking, okay, so I started walking towards her. I could still see her, but she was probably 50 yards away from me or so. I just walked up on the embankment to look around up there, and she was just kind of frozen. It looked like trying to rationalize whatever it was that she had seen. She told me that she had seen a tall black figure, but it was skinny or athletic built. And I had told her that I'd listened to testimonies where people explain that, like some of the southern areas and stuff like that, a skinnier sized or seeing skinnier size Bigfoot. And but I could see that she was visibly rattled at that time. I didn't see it or hear it, but I definitely seen that she had, for sure.
So the figure that you encountered, was it like slender and jet black, like coal black? How would you describe it? Yeah.
Jet black.
What do you think it was doing?
I guess I feel like we just probably walked up on it. And I mean, that's my only guess.
Did it walk off, run off, or?
It was like it was walking fast, but again, similar. I saw it, maybe I had bad with distances. You know, it was for a distance, the shorter distance, but never saw it like move the rest of the way. Like it was like, again, saw it, maybe it noticed me, and then it disappeared.
Where she pointed it out, it looked like about 100 yards away or so. And she, not listening to the testimonies that I had and stuff at that time, I think she described that it looked like it was gliding. It had no...
Definitely upright and like bipedal.
She said it had no bounce to the head when it walked. It's just like it was just gliding across.
Yeah. That makes sense. How they hide in the woods so well. I feel like something like that would be able to just blend into the shadows in the woods.
Yeah.
Especially if they're not moving. That's creepy. How did that make you feel after you encountered that?
I think I just piqued my curiosity more. Like that time, I didn't really feel a sense of like danger with that one. Maybe like without the vocalization. Like the first time, like, yeah, I was like, what the heck was that? This one I just felt was like moving and disappeared. I didn't get a sense of like danger with that one. I think if anything, it just piqued my curiosity more. So like, okay, like now I've heard things, but now I know that I saw something.
What's your impression of the killing fields? Do you think there's something here? Do you think you guys experienced anything? What are your guys' thoughts about that?
This place is unbelievable. It's just different. It's different energy, different vibe completely. When we got here, I feel like pretty much from the time we've got here, there's been activity, and throughout, I feel like there's absolutely something going on here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's almost it's different because it's a blend of everything. I feel like here, it's dark energy and it's consistent. It's consistently interacting. It seems like, and it's like ever present, and intelligent.
Yeah, I thought it was really strange when we were like huddled up around the camper when it was raining, and it just sounded like a big animal kept approaching the camper and the cabin and then retracting and then coming back and then going back into the woods. And did that make you feel like you were back on the river with the hot tent, like something's coming up but it just poof disappears?
It absolutely did. Consistent in the same behavior with, you know, maybe making some sound on the approach, and then it's just like when you're aware of that sound and you go to investigate, it's like they leave differently. You know, they leave quietly or just disappear somehow. Seems like.
I'll be honest, I'm still racking my brain over that. Like, I don't know what that was. The only thing I could put a finger on is like possibly Bigfoot, because it sounded big, like it slapped a tree, the camper, the cabin. Like it was a loud metal bang sound, loud thuds, and I could hear it moving. It's not like, in my mind I was picturing like a huge black bear just moving back there. I'm like, what would be that big coming up that close? It's almost like it's playing hide and seek with us or something.
I feel like there's an intentionality behind it.
Intelligence and intentionality.
Yeah.
And it's just
like, why would a black bear hit metal?
Yeah, I'm still at a loss for words. Like, I want to be like, that was Bigfoot, but I don't know.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, I don't know what else that could be.
what could be banging on metal, and almost just, you know, wood on metal loudly, like a drum or something. It was, you know, I had never heard anything quite like that, and as forceful, I feel like, as it was too.
Yeah, I feel like they used the rain to dampen the sound of movement, or because they knew we were huddled up, they were like messing with us. So I said it yesterday, it's like they like to play psychological warfare on people.
It seems that way.
They mess with you, and all of a sudden, like, it increases the paranoia, and you're like, it could be this, it could be that. I feel like they like that. They like to play games with people, and I've heard the natives say they're tricksters. They like to mess with people.
It makes a lot of sense, and I feel like the connections that keep being made just further solidify, you know, these encounters and experiences that I feel like people all around have, and they may be too afraid to speak up about it because of ridicule or what people may think. And to me, the truth is the truth. I mean, no matter how strange it may seem. I mean, this is what happened to me, and it's got to be something, and it's got to be something that may not be popular or may not be widely accepted yet, but absolutely there. If you go in deep into the woods and start experiencing these things for yourself.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think you spotted that orb last night when we were investigating down in the killing field. I'm pretty sure you pointed it out. Like, what did you see, and how would you describe what we encountered?
I was lucky enough to be looking in the right direction in the killing fields, but looking across it, it was almost like someone turned on a lantern. It's like an old vintage kind of light look to it, and it just, like an intelligence, just turned on like a headlight, and I seen it turn on and observed us and where we were across the field, made its presence known, I feel like, and was like, okay, I see you, you see me, and then it just, as quick as it came, just turned off like a light.
It was on for a good 5-10 seconds. I don't know, time kind of slowed down. I was like, that's weird.
It was so intelligent feeling and like interactive, not just a
random anomaly.
A random, weather anomaly or something like that. It seemed intentional and intelligent. I see you, you see me, in just enough time frame, it just shut off like a light again. But it seemed good size too. At least.
Yeah.
At least. I would say this big. Yeah, gave me chills. I had never seen one, about eye level, I feel like, with me.
Yeah.
You see the steady lights in the sky at night and stuff moving, and we've seen a lot of that and disappearing, but in the fields.
Now, what would you say if somebody said you saw a firefly?
I'll say the further south you live in Missouri, you're definitely no strangers to fireflies or bugs in general. And fireflies are something that I grew up catching in jars. And
do you think you'd be able to tell the difference of a firefly and a flashlight, or like a lantern? There's a difference.
Absolutely. It was much bigger and different color and intelligent. I mean, just, it was on, off like a light switch. Much bigger than a firefly, much bigger. And it makes me think back to, my grandparents, salt of the earth people, church on Sunday, just old school folk. And they had a farm when my dad was younger, and they always spoke about seeing lights in the back pasture in the trees, and that they would zip around and float around, and that was just what it was. And they kind of never dug deeper into it. It was just like we've got some weird lights in the trees back there. It brought me back to that, and it was like, there's truth to this if you get out there and experience it. So this experience happened about a month ago, and we decided to go out, same area, and bring the camper out and try to feel like we know what we're doing a little bit more, I feel like, with it. But sitting around the campfire late at night and talking, and we start hearing a raking sound, is what it sounded like, or commotion, I think, is the way my brain processed it at first, and pretty loud. But so I heard this raking sound, and I stood up from the fire, and Holly stood up, and we started.
I stood up and jumped away more because I was startled. It was loud enough and like forceful enough that I'm like, wait.
And I think in my mind just kind of went towards, let's figure out the source of where this is coming from, and I really couldn't tell. We hear this noise, and I think my mind went to, okay, let's identify the source of where this is coming from. And so stood up from the fire and started making my way on the opposite side of the camper. It'd been the right side of the camper from the back, and worked my way around between the camper and the truck, which we had just left the camper hooked up to the truck just so we could pull out easy the next day. We were just doing one night. But had my headlamp on, worked around to the right of the camper, and I'm thinking the source of the sound, or the raking sound, and it's still going on at this time frame too, is coming from between the truck and the camper on that back side that's closest to the tree line or the wood line. And so I'm shining my light in between the camper and the truck, and I see nothing. But it sounds like the sound is working its way back towards the back side of the camper on the opposite side. And so I look underneath, and I don't see anything. There's no legs or no little critter or something crawling around over there. And so we work our way back, and it's still raking the side of the camper at this time frame too. I mean, it was probably a minute, I would say it raked. Felt a lot longer than that, but I would say, looking back now, it was at least a solid minute. We worked our way back, and I had the window open, and so I just shined my light through the camper, and I could. It sounded like it was in the camper almost, like the sound underneath, like the cabinetry. But I knew it couldn't have been, and I'm just trying to make sense of this. Well, by the time we worked our way back around to the back side of the camper, it stopped. And I sat there and looked around everywhere and double checked everything, and there was just absolutely no sign of anything ever being there at all. No damage to the camper. And I just tried to make sense of it, and I thought, well, I checked underneath the camper, and I checked between the camper and the truck. The only way I could make sense of this is if something could have been on top of the camper, laying down, and like hanging an arm over the side and raking the side of the camper. And there was a big tree directly above us with big branches close. But yeah, scared me. Very weird how long it lasted. I felt like that wasn't
It moved.
normal. And the fact
It's like
that
we moved up and it moved back.
like it was trying to move further away or create more distance is what it seemed like, while it was obviously making us fearful or trying to scare us, it seemed like.
Yeah. Did it sound like nails?
It didn't have a sharp sound to it. It was just
Like fingers?
Yeah.
fingers.
I don't know if that's just like on the plastic type vinyl of the camper.
And with those panels on the side, how they've got waves in them, almost like a washboard. It sounded like someone was playing a washboard aggressively on the side of our camper. It's the only way that I could describe it. What do you?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with how you described it. And the only thing weird also is we had just left the campsite right before that, just to go and see the stars a little better. We did hear a crash in the water, or like
right.
something was coming across the river. We gave it maybe 5 minutes, and then we were like, hey, let's go head back and check camp. Then we had sat down and we're talking, and then heard that loud commotion.
That's freaky. Oh man, that sounds like Bigfoot
Because
activity.
it's like the crash in the
freaking-
river with his experience with the tent, He heard it's similar.
I told her
And we had left camp, like it gave it opportunity, and it stumbled across us being there again. And
I think I told her at the time, like, oh, here we go.
yeah,
You know?
I think you did say something like that. Like here it goes.
I was probably 16 at this time frame, I would say. I went to visit my grandma, and she lived about 7 miles south of me. But I went and visited her, and was headed home. And driving in my S10 at the time, and should I say the highway, or should I could probably say the. I'll just start over super quick and all. Okay, so I went to go visit my grandparents. I was probably 16 at the time, and was driving back on Highway 25, and I looked to the right, driving over the fields, just looking out, observing, and not the first 40-acre farm that's directly parallel to the highway, but I would say probably 2 of those away from the highway, and it was separated by a tree row. I looked out, broad daylight, not a cloud in the sky, sun shining, and seen a metallic disc, just like what you see in pictures, just like what I had seen on the internet, a smooth surfaced metallic disc, and it was probably a couple 100 feet in the air. It was still close enough that I could still make out the details, the shape. I seen sunlight reflecting off of it, just a high chrome finish disc, and it was just stationary, like it was just frozen in one spot. And 16 at the time, I'm like, what in the world? Like, these are out there. And checked my rearview mirror and looked around at the traffic behind me, thinking in my mind, like, these people they've got to be seeing this too. And I think the person was just riding my butt behind me, obviously not paying attention, but followed it for, I would say, probably 3 miles, 4 miles, just kept my eyes locked into it. And it never moved until I hit a tree row that ran straight back from the highway, and it blocked my view from it for a split second. And then when I came out on the other side of that tree row, looking back out where it was gone. Yeah.
What do you got?
This is an AGM 160. It's not that great. You gotta hold down the power button. It'll come on.
Okay.
That's a sensor. That's basically the pixels.
Okay.
So you'll see it's gonna have to be from here to that gate to get a decent look at it. Any further than that, it becomes blobby.
Okay.
Like if you've seen a deer with this tonight, you're gonna say, them deer look awfully big.
Okay.
And I also got extra night vision.
Appreciate that.
I just wanted to make sure everybody had, extra bells, whistles when we're out there. Charge it up too. Oh man, it fogged up almost instantly.
That one actually looks really good. I was surprised. Is that the one that Bill gave you?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. It almost looks better than my Sony camera.
I might have to put batteries in this.
Mm-hmm. All right, Yowie just ate the chicken nachos, so we can write that off. But we know that it's working. It's luring animals, so it's not a total loss. Like, he can't resist it. That's my boy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's in color during the day.
That is neat. Oh, the picture is really
Here.
good.
All right, start the fire, please. Everything's wet.
Get her fired up here slowly.
finally stopped raining. We're going back down to the killing fields to explore and show Seth and Holly the terrain. And it's just good. It's a good idea to have an idea of your surroundings, because at night, if something comes up, it's good to know what's around you. Bigfoot love these. When I had my sightings, these were growing all over the place. Oh, this is a small field.
That's huge.
What's your first impression?
Amazing.
Mm-hmm. It's peaceful.
Majestic came to mind.
Paradise.
Like that was the first thing that
Mm-hmm. Oh, it does. You can see every star.
See the stars.
I was way up there in that field, up on the ridge, and Adam was sitting right here. That creature vocalized way up the driveway, and it just ripped through all these fields. And then like right next to me, I would say maybe 20, 30 yards, there was coyotes that went off. I was like, dude, I can't believe there's coyotes that close to me. I had no idea. Whatever that thing was made the coyotes vocalize.
You're up there in that video when you...
Mm-hmm, up on the hill, way over there in that second field. Where's that deer at?
Over here.
You see a deer?
Yeah.
Is it deer man or deer? No, yeah.
Find here the fork in it, right at the top of the hill.
Yeah, good eye. Where'd he go? Okay, I see him. Yeah, it did. It sounded like a big one. What did it sound like to you, Holly? What'd you hear?
I didn't hear that.
You didn't hear it?
I heard
Okay.
thunder in the background, so I think I was focused on that.
Yeah. We heard it. It was something big. Like a big limb break or a big animal taking off? Not really sure.
Yeah.
That was weird because we just walked through there.
It's weird. Right here.
There was grass underneath that rock. It's like a baseball size. Weird.
That'd be a good rock to throw.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, knock
Yeah,
a deer
with
out.
like a leaf grass.
See it right here?
Mm-hmm.
It was right there.
Wow. That's what I'm saying. I don't know. Good find though.
Crazy.
Got you looking now. So this is the main area where he's found the deers with their necks twisted. He find bones all the time in his fields, and dead cattle, things like that, turkeys. But it was all the time, like consistently he was finding dead animals. And when I first started coming out here interviewing him for years, he'd show me. I mean, I've seen him in the middle of the trail. Is that a turkey feather? Yeah.
That's a
Or
big
buzzard
one.
feather. Mm-hmm. But
Is
yeah.
this where that cedar tree was, Miguel?
Yeah. You can kind of see it in the center of the field back there.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they broke a whole line of trees going through there. Which it definitely stood out to him, because he was out here the day before. There wasn't like a bad storm. He comes out the next day and just a whole row of trees just broken all the way across the woods, through the field, and going into the woods. And just stood out to him. Like, what could break trees like that if there's no wind, no storms, nothing? Kind of an eerie feeling too. You feel like you're being watched. I heard it, but I wasn't sure if that was anything.
No.
It's like, I'll let them say something.
Clear.
Clear knock? I heard like...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good, clean, crisp.
I don't know what else that could be.
Like one knock.
Interesting.
Really close to camp.
All the activity is on our side of camp. I heard something over there, limb break or something thrashing through the woods, and now we just heard a wood knock. Possible wood knock. I don't know. Oh, so the metal door, we heard it like somewhere in the middle over there, halfway up that ridge. Just sounded like an explosion of metal. That loud. It was not a gunshot.
Yeah, I'd never heard anything like that.
David said he's heard it here, but like 40 yards up in the air.
Right above him.
Right above him. And I heard that too when I was hunting.
So
It was like 40 yards up in the air. Kind of strange. It's just good to check any exposed dirt, because there's not very much of it in Missouri. At least not around here. Not in hardwoods. See any tracks? See a lot of cattle tracks. They could have. The tracks I found that time were coming out of here, and they definitely look like Squatch tracks. Those blue jays are giving us away.
Telling on it.
I'm not seeing anything.
Yeah, one impression's still there.
Is it?
Yeah.
We've had a lot of activity in this area. We've heard wood knocks out here, trees being pushed over, the metal door slamming, vocalizations.
A little bit of everything.
Yeah, a little bit of everything. I think with the movement we experienced at camp earlier, we're in store for something big. That was just like a precursor.
I've got a good feeling.
Yeah, me too. I mean, everywhere we go, we hear little strange things that we can't put our finger on. There's my recorder right there. Yeah. Does this bring back some memories of them?
Yeah. This is where I enjoy camping.
Yeah, I'd like if he made like a section here to camp off, like the camp in. That is the conservation area.
The difference in temp.
So good.
Yeah,
The breeze.
it's getting dark
Look
again.
at that. I love it.
Pretty.
Has it like a
Eerie, pretty.
Gives you the Missouri Conservation woods vibe. You can tell. But yeah, we think they're following this creek into David's property. Like you said earlier, like those are some deep creek beds. Anything could hide in there as they're moving through his property.
On both sides.
It is. They
Nice
follow the
and
water.
tunnel.
Like animals naturally do. Same with people. Yeah, they'd be ripping the trail cameras off the trees.
Did Dave say they didn't like bananas or something like that?
Yeah.
Didn't have good luck with them?
Yeah, he said they didn't take the banana. I came here and there was like a dried up banana peel still hanging on that string. I feel like that where he hung that banana, which was that limb right there, that'd be perfect for an apple. Like to hang the apple up, because it'd eliminate small critters.
I wonder what kind of tree that is.
I don't know. I've tried to figure that out for years. Some sort of elm tree or something. Judging by the leaves up there. You'd find them either tossed a few feet away from the tree. They ripped it off with the strap and everything, but a lot of the cameras he's never found. In his basement, he's got a big pile of cameras, and he's like, these are all the cameras they ripped off the trees. Yeah, it's pretty strange.
Ripping stuff off the tree.
And take hands. Found this bone. You're gonna do a wood knock on a tree. Dang, that's perfect. That's wild.
Really loud.
I'm too busy talking about weird Sasquatch stories.
Yeah.
I don't even see it. Yeah. Nice find, Holly. And like you said, that tree back there, it's broken too. And that's kind of stacked up a little strange. I don't know. Strange little pattern.
Toes. Or like toe pads. Boom, boom, boom.
It could be. I guess unless it's like tire tracks going up.
Yeah.
Good find though. Man, the thunder. It's got me sketched out.
Coming back from
This one's gonna blow past us.
Yeah, we might be getting round two. That tree fell, and I guess it snagged that one, but it's a good distance away. Good eye, Seth.
Thank you.
Yeah. I didn't even see it. You're like, that looks like an X. I wonder if David knows about this. Yeah. Yeah, it kind of does look like one. Spooky vibes back here.
That looks like Jurassic Park.
It does. What do you think the X means?
I don't know if they're boundary markers or... I was going to ask you the same thing. What's your theory on the arches or the...
The arches, I feel like they're made by the juveniles, at least the smaller ones, but like the X's, I do get that feeling like, stay the hell out. Yeah. Like the crossing, I don't know, like the skull and bones sign, like radiation symbol. I don't know. It's like a warning.
International don't come in or stop and take a closer look symbol.
Or X marks the spot. What are you seeing?
So, what looks like a bare foot. Because it's real shapely, and then it's got this depression right here.
Yeah, I see what you're talking about. Something walked up through here. We haven't walked through this trail. I don't think David's rode a side-by-side through here either in a long while.
And that's...
We keep finding the same size tracks. That's the same.
Same size.
Yeah, it's over there. I wonder if it's the individual that David saw.
I wonder.
I think so. Because the way you described it, it's all linky. I'm like, well, it wouldn't have like a giant, huge foot.
And I'm thinking of that as a bare foot. That width, though. Imagine having a bare foot that's... I mean, it's like that wide.
Yeah. How many ticks did you guys get on you?
I'm at like 8 or 10.
Okay. I had one big one and...
I had one big one and then probably like 8 small ones.
Cooking pork steaks over the grill. What do you got going on there?
Zucchini and squash.
Okay. That sounds good. Heck yeah. Alright, we're going to set up 2 audio recorders. One in the killing fields and one behind camp where we've been hearing all the strange noises today. I think that'll be a good plan, because if they do something behind the camp, we'll hear it.
Trail cameras off the trees, and
I got boxes of them things that broke.
crazy.
They rip them off the trees, break the straps. Sometimes they break the straps, sometimes they just pull the plastic, bust the plastic, you know. But I had no idea what was going on. All I knew was I was scared to death of my grandkids. Because if something could catch a deer or a hog and just break its neck, throw it down, what could it do to a human, you know? You couldn't nowhere near outrun it. So, done the same thing, but they picked the log up that was the lowest at the bottom of the hill and took it back up above all of it and laid it across the road. And so I went back to the house and got my tractor. Went back up there, and there's still ditches up there where I was trying to roll that thing out of the way. My tractor didn't want to push it, but it's always something.
Why do you think they put it there?
Keep me from going up there.
I think so too.
It was about the only.
Oh, that's interesting. Uphill too.
Yeah, well, that was the whole thing. You know, if they just turned one end around, there's 2 or 3 other logs right there, about pretty close the same size. All they had done was put one end around and done the same thing, but nope, they had to carry that one up the hill. And I took my son that don't want to hear nothing about that, and I said, now Sean, how did that log, you could see where it'd been laying. I said, you see this right here? Yep. I said, well, how did it get from there up there?
Seth and Holly are outdoor enthusiasts, and they have experienced strange activity in the Ozarks. They have been on a quest to figure out what has been taking place around their campsite, and the information they came across points towards Bigfoot activity. Skeptics will often say that there's nothing out there and people are just making up these stories, but if you are into science, that is the worst thing you can do, is to just write something off and do zero research on what is actually taking place. In my opinion, that is junk science when you dismiss something and throw it off to the side and say there is nothing there. I like to look at things critically, and I don't write anything off, even the supernatural. I feel like it all has a scientific explanation if you really look deep enough.